everybody, welcome back to the channel. So it is 2023 and gosh, we're starting the year off with some super exciting news and I have a lot to share, so you don't want to miss it. Okay, so the first little bit of exciting news that I have to tell you guys is I've been chosen from the Shoe Fairy to be the representative of the Olympian 2.0 shoe. Now, let me tell you something, guys. I got to preview this shoe and I wore it on the Olympia stage in December, and it is such a game changer, okay? So what makes this heel different from the others is, well, first off, it's a 4.5 inch heel rather than a 5-inch heel. And you might be thinking, well, what's the difference a ½ inch gonna make? It makes a lot of difference. The positioning of my foot is much more comfortable because it's a shorter heel and because it's a 3/4 inch platform. It just makes my foot way more comfortable. I'm less on my toes and the weight is distributed more evenly throughout my foot. And honestly, when I was posing, I felt like I was just gliding on air. So I want to show you what they look like. So this is the Olympian 2.0 and I am so in love with these shoes. They even have a nice amount of cushion here. Like I said, less of an arch, less weight on my toes, which makes walking and posing so much easier. It's so comfortable and it makes such a difference on stage. I'm telling you guys, you have to try it. So if you guys want to try the shoe out for yourself, go to theshoefairyofficial.com. Use code AshleyKFit at checkout to save. You won't regret it. And there's one more point that I would like to make. So I know there's a lot of girls out there that are afraid to wear a strapless heel. And to clarify, they have 3 versions of the shoe. They have the strapless, they have a double band strap, and also an ankle strap. And I have to say, my shoes have never been close to coming off on stage, no matter what shoe I wore from the Shoe Fairy, whether it has a strap or it doesn't. I can flip in these things, I can run in these things. They're staying put. I get why some people are afraid to let go of the ankle strap, but for me personally, I prefer it without, and here's why. Between classes, between prejudging and the girls ahead of me and the girls after me, I do like to give my feet a little rest. Sometimes I like to wear cozy socks backstage, so it's nice not to have that strap on there because I can take them on and off very quickly, very easily. So that's my personal preference, but again, if you like it better with the strap, I totally get it. But regardless, I'm telling you guys, you need to try the shoe. You're not gonna regret it. It is game changing. And there's also another little bit of exciting news that I have to share with you guys. I have been accepted at the Arnold Classic Bikini International. So that's a really big show, guys, a really big show. And it's such a prestigious show as well. There's only 10 of us competing there, and I was chosen as one of the athletes representing bikini. So I get to step on stage in my home state of Ohio once again at the Bikini International. So Bikini Girls go on Saturday, March 4th. And if you want to meet me, I will be at the Meet the Athletes event, and that takes place on Thursday at 7 p.m. So I hope to see you guys there, but I need your guys' help. I really do, because I'm a little bit undecided with what suit I want to wear. So I'm having a really difficult time deciding if I want to do the red suit or the green. Okay, now these are from Angel Competition Bikinis. You can use code AshleyKFit at checkout for a discount there too. But I love me some Christmas colors apparently. So this one is the Legend 2.0 and I wore it on stage at the Arnold last year. And as you can see, it has such a cool effect on the suit. It's lined with like a dark sapphire and it ombres in from dark to light, and it just so happens to be Team Elite Physique colors, but I love red. And then green is my, it's classic. I love green. And this is the one I wore at the Olympia, and this one's called the Sweet Pea. And this one's really unique because they actually used opaque stones on this suit. If you look closely, you can see there's a few opaque stones, which adds extra green saturation. So this is like the greenest green. They definitely nailed the color. It's exactly how I wanted. You know, I'm also thinking about maybe getting a different variation of this, maybe with some more of those opaque green stones. But I love these both. I'm having a really difficult time deciding which one I want to wear. I love them both so much. I think if I were to go with red, I'd probably wear my hair straight. If I were to go with green, I would have those big curls like I did at the Olympia. So I'm leaning a little towards green though. I think that's my color. Won the Arnold in green, so maybe I should go green. So let's talk a little bit about how my prep has been going for the Arnold. So this is a very unique prep for me, and I've never done a prep like this before. So the gap in between the Olympia and the Arnold was, I believe, like 2.5 months. So at the time of filming this, I'm about 6 weeks out. Still not doing any cardio. I have not done cardio since the Olympia, and my calories are a lot higher than usual. They've been at almost 2,000 daily, which is a lot for me. I'm not a foodie, so that's a lot of food for me. And it makes me like nervous. I'm like, I've never had this much food in between shows. You know, so I just gotta trust the process and trust Coach Adam. But I might be starting cardio here shortly. But oddly enough, my body has been reacting very well to no cardio and extra calories. So, I mean, hopefully it's going right to the muscles, right where I need it to go. But it does kind of makes me a little worried. And I think that's just the competitor in me. We always kind of question things. But, you know, it's been giving me some good lifts, some good energy in the gym. So for now it's good, but I do need to start my cutting process here soon. So I'm not up that much from stage. I'm up like 2 pounds. So not a lot at all. I'm just not as lean, not as crisp. So, you know, I got some leaning out to do before the Arnold, but I think I can do that in 6 weeks. So we'll see how my body reacts to the cardio coming up. But, you know, it's always different. Every prep is different. Every scenario is different. And, you know, the goal is to build more muscle. So, you know, hopefully these calories are doing just that. The Arnold Classic is so near and dear to my heart. It is the show that I want to say started it all for me. Back in 2012, I was the overall bikini champion at the Arnold Amateur in Columbus, Ohio. And wow, I think that's the moment I realized, hey, I'm pretty good at this. And I couldn't ask for more. I am an Ohio girl. I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. So to have such a big event take place in my home state, and not only that, but me winning it was such an incredible experience. So believe it or not, back then you could not win your pro card at the Arnold Amateur if you were American. And I ended up getting my pro card later that year anyway. But like I said, this was the show that made me realize I have some potential in the sport and I should really take this seriously. And not only that, this was when the green suit was born. I was so scared and hesitant to wear the green suit. The color was suggested to me and I was so unsure about it. But when I wore it and I put it on, I'm like, this is it. So one of the most epic and incredible moments of my life. I'll never forget it. But yeah, that's why the Arnold Classic means so much to me. I also ended up winning the Arnold Classic as a pro in 2014 and 15. So yeah, I definitely have history with the show and so many amazing memories. So what is my goal for the Arnold Classic this year? Well, I will say this. It gets tougher and tougher every single year in bikini and in all divisions, to be honest. The talent pool gets deeper and deeper. There's more girls winning their pro card, more girls from overseas able to compete and getting pro cards and competing at a high level. But I would say for me, in particular, the ongoing struggle of trying to put on more muscle mass up top, right? I'm very lower body dominant. This is probably due to my track days. I've never really had an issue building my glutes, building my hamstrings, building my legs. It's just that upper body doesn't want to cooperate quite as well. Now, with that being said, it's definitely come a long way. I am gradually increasing the muscle mass on my upper half, no doubt about it. But these girls these days, man, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm the smallest one out there. I mean, not smallest in the sense of height. I'm 5'5", so I'm not the shortest. I'm on the average side of that. But as far as my frame in general, I am very petite. My frame is so small. My structure is very small, which honestly used to be an advantage in bikini. But now as the sport is evolving, I'm really struggling just to put on more muscle on my tiny frame. My bone structure is small. My bones are very thin. I don't have the widest hips, not the widest shoulders. Even if you take a look at my wrists to my ankles, my bones are so small. Even my feet are small. So I'm a very petite girl. So I kind of have to try extra hard, I feel like, to put on that muscle. It's a work in progress. And I've even had judges comment saying, much improved upper body. Good job. But we still need a little more from you. So, I think it's something that I have to come to realize that I just need to spend more and more time on that upper body and just, a work in progress. And I think just gradually put on that muscle. So at this year's Arnold Classic, there will be 10 bikini girls. So the Arnold committee only chose 10 of us. So I'm very honored to be one of those 10 girls, but you'll see here that there's a lot of girls that competed top 10 at the Olympia that are doing this. So it's definitely going to be just as tough as the Olympia for me, honestly. No one is safe, including myself. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be such a difference from the Olympia where there was over 50 girls. At the Olympia, since there was so many girls, they cut our time limit on the posing routine. And it'll be interesting to see how long the routines are at this competition. I will say for me, by nature, I just do shorter routines in general. I'm more of a, let me just get to the point kind of thing with my posing. I'm not too elaborate. I don't add in all these intricate movements, which I think kind of sets me apart. I'm more plain Jane when it comes to the posing. Simple, to the point, clean poses, not a lot of dancing and moving around. And, I think sometimes these routines that the other girls do, they're a little much sometimes. I feel like they're doing the same poses like 4 times. And for me, I'm just like, let's just give them a little sample. So I don't know what to think about the posing, but I definitely need to, in my mind, say, you know what? I can slow my routine down, even though there's not as many movements. I think sometimes I tend to go a little too fast because I'm a fast person in general. Like if I'm walking down the street, I'm walking fast. Everything's fast, fast, fast. So it's kind of difficult for me to take it slower. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do for the Arnold this year, honestly, especially since my routine is shorter and there is not that 45-second time limit for the Arnold this year. So definitely need to work on the posing, slowing that down a bit. And but I'll be doing that. So I'm, about to hit this big show once again. The Arnold is the second biggest show of the year. Of course, Olympia is the first biggest. But, these big shows, they are a lot of pressure. You hear me say that a lot. It's the burden of expectation. And if you've ever won the Olympia before, if you've ever won the Arnold before, you will always carry the burden of expectation, meaning people's hopes for you are high. They expect you to do well. So having that added pressure, you know, it's motivating. It definitely lights a fire into my butt, but at the same time, it can be very stressful. So shows like the Arnold, shows like the Olympia in particular, definitely come with more stress. Although it's a great experience, I like to say these two shows aren't necessarily fun shows. There are a lot of pressure, a lot of business, but they are exciting shows. So hopefully I do at the Arnold, and hopefully I make the improvements. And I think that will put my 2023 season off to a great start, because I do plan on competing a lot this year, as usual. It's hard to keep me away from the stage. I just like to compete so much. So hopefully that sets me off on the right path. So we will see. But I hope to see you guys in Columbus. It's a good time. It's a great expo. You get a lot of freebies, a lot of samples, and hopefully run into each other. But don't be shy, say hi, and don't forget, guys, use code AshleyKFit at shoefairyofficial.com or angelcompetitionbikinis.com. Save money, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.